Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Kerbal. Today's mission is going to be going not to space, just to another area of Kerbin. The most efficient way that I can think of doing it. We're going to have to perform a pretty complicated mission today. We're going to have to land somewhere, and then presumably we're going to have to move along the ground, but even just getting there is going to be a challenge. I built myself a airplane, continuing in my tradition of naming them after birds. This is going to be the Blue Jay, and we're going to be flying to our northern tundra region today. I hope this thing works and I don't seriously embarrass myself. Jebediah Kerman is going to be piloting for us, and literally I believe all we have to do according to the contract is take an EVA report, which means get out of the airplane and quickly right-click. We're going to have to end apparently we need a surface sample from one of the 3 sites too. So, Gamma. Got to remember that Gamma, unlike the other 2, is a surface sample, not an EVA report. Hopefully those areas are close enough for me to just walk from one to the other, or at the most use the airplane's landing gear to roll around. These are a lot of new parts that we acquired, by the way. We're operating on 3 jet engines, a large one and 2 small ones. I mainly put the 2 small ones there because I didn't know any other way to, put air intakes that are, good. The only other thing that I could have possibly done is use this very ugly large air intake and put that somewhere that doesn't look good at all. Anyway, this is going to be our vessel. Jeb's going to be flying for us. Let's go give it a shot. Let's see if this thing will even lift off the ground. Alright, SAS on. Engines 2/3 of the way up, and let's fly. Really love the sound effects in this game, by the way. The audio design is very good. It's just I personally am terrified of flying, not because I happen to know that it is, the single safest way to travel anywhere, but just a French pilot once on my trip home from Paris, a vacation trip from Paris one day, played a pretty nasty prank. I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, but it was a very... Oh my goodness, we're going way too fast. Anyway, I had a pretty bad experience on an airplane once, thought I was going to die, and ever since then, airplanes have scared the crap out of me. We have taken off in the meantime, so that's good. I will stow the landing gear. Very good. Apparently the 3 jet engines rockets us very quickly, which is fine. I do want to go fast. And first, I'm going to take us up to a comfortable cruising altitude. This engine is this plane has clearly no problem, going upwards. We are slowing down slightly, not very much though. Somewhere halfway up between this, the second lightest layer of the atmosphere, I think, is where we're going to go. Air is still pretty good there, and the air density is slow enough for us to accelerate pretty quickly. We should be traveling at around between 250 and 300 meters per second by the time we reach our maximum velocity. And then we're going to fly all the way to the other side. Now, don't worry. Most of the flying is actually extremely boring, and I'm not going to force you to watch all of that. I mean, I can't force you to watch anything, obviously, but I'm actually just going to go as far as to cut it out of the video itself. As soon as I get ours oriented and at the right height. This is roughly... What am I doing? I can just go here and turn on navigation. There. Now it should appear on our nav ball. See, it's way down there. So this is the direction where actually leveled out right now. I don't want that. I want us to be climbing higher. These long-distance atmospheric flights in Kerbal Space Program are probably the parts that I dislike the most. I honestly don't see the point to it. I mean, I understand that the aviation aspect of space is required if, we intend to one day as a species master the art of space travel efficiently, then we're going to have to figure out how we can create airplanes that can travel to space without detaching it. Without dropping a bunch of stuff back down. We want reusable spacecraft is what we want. stuff that can actually take off from a runway and go out into space. And in order to do that, this is something that we have to master. And of course, to bring them back down, that also means that we have to master landing with one as well. So we'll continue to climb for now. Give it a bit more juice. As soon as we reach cruising altitude, I will cut the video and I will bring us back. You know, maybe once in a while, just take in some of the sights. But mainly, I'm going to be bringing us back into the fold when we get close to the zone that we need to try and land in. I might have, you know, considered practicing a bit earlier on the runway a few more times, considering the, quite frankly, catastrophe of a landing that I pulled off the first time I tried this, but I mean, how hard can it be, right? I mean, look at that. That's all pretty flat, right? I mean, seriously, what's the worst that can happen? Alright, we're just gonna, since I literally have the S key pushed all the way down, as if pushing it halfway down would do anything, but this is apparently roughly as high as we can climb for now. So I will let the nose kind of level. We will, you know, keep us roughly at this altitude for a while, and I guess I will see you shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look out of your window in literally either direction, you will see that we are currently cruising over the central Kerbin mountain range. This indicates that we are roughly a quarter of the way, all the way to our destination. On behalf of Kerbal Airlines, we would like to thank you for choosing us. We will continue to provide you with updates as we travel along. I foresee a complication. I can't believe this didn't occur to me, but yes, this is also a thing. We are landing in the dark. I completely forgot that flying from one side of the Earth to the other, or from Kerbin to the other, means that one of those sides is inevitably going to be in darkness. Now let me take this because, okay, we want to basically fly sort of halfway onto that peninsula, so it's long past time we started our descent. And that means we're going to have to start slowing down. I'm not a fan of how poorly this plane's flaps work, because I did not bring any air brakes with me, which means that descent on this craft is going to be, well, tough. These flaps are not working particularly well. I'm going to quick save here just in case. I might end up having to revert the flight entirely because, look at that, I'm pushing the S key all the way down. And the point is we're supposed to be pulling up right now to decrease our speed, right? Fly into it a little bit to go down. We're trying to land roughly around there. And then pull back up again, try and slow us down. But this is looking pretty hopeless. We're going to overshoot the landing zone by far. By far. Look, we're trying to get somewhere over there, and we're going to end up somewhere over there. That's okay, though. It's fine. Oh, boy. Okay. I just activated our landing gear. I'm wondering how exactly the game intends for us to solve this, because obviously, you know, they don't... I mean, could they can't possibly want us to take off with an aircraft from here and then move to all these places individually, right? That's ridiculous. Obviously, what I was thinking about this on my very long flight over here. I was considering that, you know, maybe what they were expecting was for me to use this as a rover test or something, to launch a rover and then try to precision land it around here, have a crew in it, and, you know, bring it down that way. Maneuver from one spot to the other. But see that the landing zone is already behind us. Place where we want to go. Actually, let me stow the landing gear. Get the engines back up again, and then Let's circle around. This looks like a fairly good spot to land. So I'm gonna try and make a big circle. Ought to slow us down nicely too. The problem with this aviation stuff is it takes a lot of time, as you can see, and more importantly, the part that really bugs me is the fact that this is not even necessarily something that I can reliably speed up. I mean, I can, and I did a little bit, but I didn't really dare too much. The reason for that being that speeding up atmospheric flights tends to really destabilize the airplane. And I'm not happy with it. Alright, we're coming in a little too quickly. We're a bit too low. Alright. Let's pull up. I'm going to try and land us on this stretch of green over there, the brighter green. And admittedly, it's not that dark at all. I was expecting worse. Alright. Let's bring the engine down. Try to slow ourselves. Come on. We can do this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. Pull up. Pull up. This is not working out nearly as I planned. That's fine though. This is where we're landing. This is where we're landing. I meant to go over there, but oh boy. Yep, that's our light. That's the light from the landing gear. Power down the engines. Rate of descent is actually better this time. We're going to be landing on uneven terrain, and that makes me nervous, as it should. Our speed is coming down nicely, and we're running fairly even. Descent rate is not bad at all. Oh boy, that may have been too much. Yep, that was probably too much. Kick up the engine a bit, gain some. Nope, we're gonna come down. Oh, no, 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 it worked. Oh my goodness, it worked. Okay, bring it on, activate the brakes. We bounced a little bit, but on terrain like this, that's to be expected. Engine is powered off completely. We're going to be bouncing a bit here until we actually come to a full stop. Oh my goodness, come on. Come on. There is a reverse thrust on this for braking situations like that, but okay, we've landed, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it. And we're fairly close to our zone, see? Now, I don't imagine that flying back there, taking off and flying there is much of an option, but I am going to try and roll us there. I'm going to deactivate our brakes. Engine power us up just a tiny bit. Alright. I'm going to use this thrust to maneuver us to our locations. Again, not, I assume, how this mission was meant to be. I also should have quick saved the moment I landed, because a number of things, I'm going to do that actually, a number of things could still go wrong here. So let's quick save, and let's start up again. Burst, bring it back down. Okay. Leave it on this roll, and I'm going to go until it blinks for us to stop. Can't use action groups yet because my facilities aren't upgraded sufficiently. If I had action groups, then I could, at the push of a button, reverse the thrust on that thing, which would give me better braking power. Are we there yet? Come on. I don't dare roll us any faster. We could end up accidentally taking off, or a single, bump in the wrong direction could flip the vessel over and break its wings off, which at this point wouldn't really matter because we don't intend on taking off again, but it's bad practice. Come on, start blinking. Start blinking. There we go. All right, activate brakes. This is the place where we need to pick up a surface sample. So let's EVA, take a surface sample, keep it, take an EVA report from the grasslands just to have it. All right. And I'm going to spare you the tedium of the rest of this. Oh no, it was already active there. Okay. I'm going to spare you the tedium of the rest of this and just assume, you can all assume for now that the mission was successful, because it is. I'm still going to be stuck here for about a quarter of an hour trying to reach the rest of these zones and pick up the EVA reports, but anyway, thank you very much for being with me for this episode of the Daily Kerbal, where we continue doing our space exploration missions. This particular mission is going to be, a good test for how to conduct these experiments in the atmosphere of other planets. So, this does have a purpose, I suppose, but regardless, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.